Okay. Okay. Hi there. I just found this microphone that I had, so I'm hoping that this works okay. Okay, I'm not sure if I love this microphone or not, but we're gonna test it out. Anyway, so hi there, and thank you so much for coming to this video. I'm here in my little corner. I just recently got the bookshelf all set up here, and it's coming along really nicely. It's the first week of my 2025. It's January 5th right now, and of course, like everyone else, I'm thinking about the year ahead and all the things that I want to do and all the things that I want to experience and accomplish. So every year, I always make a huge list of, goals and resolutions and everything that are usually pretty vague, like I want to start running again, or I want to write every day, or something like that. And I don't think it's necessarily bad to have goals like that, but I personally function a lot better when I have really specific things to work towards. So I kept that in mind as I thought of some of the things that I want to accomplish this year. So, just to give a little insight as to where I'm coming from, my name is Grace, and I'm an aspiring writer and storyteller. And I just moved a couple months ago into my own place with my boyfriend. I lived in the city for many years, and I managed a restaurant and worked these like crazy hours. And then in 2020, when the pandemic was hitting us, I was really struggling. I quit my job, and my boyfriend and I left our apartment and we moved back in with my parents. And we lived there for, since then, so since 2020. And it was a really hard time, but I'm really grateful for moving in with my parents because they told us just to save up money for a down payment for a house. However, that goal just like got further and further away. The money we saved just didn't feel like enough that we were going to be comfortable if like an emergency happened. So in fall of 2024, we just decided to say fuck it, like we're going to find a place to rent instead, because we just felt like our lives were so on pause, just living at my parents' house. And then we found the most perfect place ever, and it's so nice. It's wonderful for us, and we love living here. So we've been here for a couple months now. My boyfriend has a really good job. I don't have a job right now. I'm looking for another job since we just relocated. I paused my search over the holidays, but I'm looking again now. So, because of that, I've been spending a lot of time writing and working on my main project, which is a huge Western adventure romance story. So, like, when it comes to my goals this year, I'm really focused on the writing stuff, obviously, but I have a few other non writing goals that I'd like to accomplish. So, let's get into it. But let me talk about writing first. It's actually tea, but so my first and most obvious goal is just to finish the next chapter of my story. I'm at chapter 32 currently out of like 50 something, and I have been stuck here for quite some time. I have written and rewritten this chapter so many times in the last like 2 years. And finally, I like figured out what was not working about it and what I needed to change. And since then, it's just been about having the discipline to work on it and progress in the story. It's not even the time because I obviously have the time. But yeah, just the discipline. I'm right now, I'm like super in the thick of it. I was just saying to my boyfriend that I am writing so furiously. Like, I'm so into it. I'm so excited to finish this chapter so I can write the next chapter because I'm so excited about that one and the chapter after that, and just like stay in the story, which is a really good place to be in. But I think I'm going to feel so much relief and excitement to actually finish this chapter, and that's going to definitely help propel me to continue on. And even if it doesn't, I have gotten into a really good habit of writing every day and actually making progress on this story, instead of just dicking around like writing random scenes for later on, which is something that I have been known to do a lot. So that being said, I do have a significant amount of stuff that is already written for the rest of the story. So I do think if I'm able to get to really get going on it, that I can finish the book this year. And so that is my next goal, is to finish the story itself, the whole story. But once it's all done, I already know that I have so much stuff I want to change and restructure, but I hope it'll be at a good place even after this like first draft of mine. But this year is going to be the year that I finally finish this so I can move on to other things. And I don't want to get too lofty with stuff because I do have a spin-off of this book planned. I have a fantasy series that I'm just like desperate to dig into and start writing that. And while I really want to finish this big cowboy baby first, um, I do want to have some other projects to turn to if I get a little bit burnt out or just want to work on something else and need a break. So my next goal is to finish 3 short stories. And I was reading through some of my old stuff and I already have some things that I can work on. So I'm actually pretty excited to do that. But yeah, I think that that will be a good like side project to have aside from my main story. And then after I finish them, I want to share them online, like post them online. I have a website which I am totally atrocious about using. So my next goal is to make 10 posts on my website, which could include my short stories, I guess. And like I said, these are like super small goals because I swear to God, I should be able to do that. Even if it's just like embedded links for YouTube videos that I make. But obviously, I want everything to be writing related. Um, Short stories or like flash fiction, maybe some poems, blog posts or reviews or something, and like actual updates about my writing. Okay, now not writing, but other goals. I love to read, but I have fallen off of that in the last few years. And I can say that with complete certainty, I turn to my phone way too much to entertain me and many, many other things. And I really want to replace my screen time with not just more writing, but more reading and more creative or just hands on hobbies in general. So, reading goals that I have a goal to read 10 books this year, which is nothing for some people and a lot for some people, and definitely a lot for me because I'm really bad at finishing books in recent years. So to finish 10 books would be like a great accomplishment for me. And in addition to that goal, I want to finish at least one book series this year that I started but never actually completed. And so the first one, I'm going to start with this one, is going to be The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. I have the third one here, which is Brisingr with I'm not I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it. So let me get real. My sister and I read the series as kids and we did not like it. But as adults, she reread the series and I read the first 2 books and I'm on the third one. This is the third one, Brisingr. And honestly, it is so good. And my sister absolutely loved it. She keeps bugging me to finish it constantly so we can talk about it. The second book, Eldest, was definitely my favorite so far. And I've swung back around to loving the way that he subverts a whole bunch of like fantasy tropes and just like the characters and how they relate to each other and how he reveals the story and everything. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And after Brisingr, I'm like halfway through. I'm on page 354. I'm like halfway through this, and then the next book is the last book, the fourth book, which is called Inheritance. And then I know he just recently put out another book, which is about one of the other characters. So I want to check that out as well. So I guess it kind of depends how the rest of my reading list is going by the end of the year, whether I decide to count those books towards my uh, other goal of reading 10 books. Let's say that. I'll be generous to myself, possibly. So next up is a couple of like creative type hobby goals that I have. Again, I want to have things to just turn to occupy my time instead of just writing or like watching YouTube videos. I have played the ukulele for a long time, but my boyfriend just got me a new one for Christmas because my old one broke sometime last year. Last year, my computer broke and my ukulele broke, and my boyfriend got me both of those things for like Christmas, my birthday, holiday gifts. So that was very, very nice. So picking it back up again, my next goal, I want to learn 3 new songs for the ukulele, 3 new songs that I don't know how to play. I really want to learn to play the guitar as well. I can play like one song on the guitar, but that's gonna have to like let me focus on what the I'm fucking doing right now. And then my other big creative goal is to start scrapbooking. I always save everything. I love to save receipts and shopping lists and moving tickets and just like anything that I have at all, like I collect whenever I do anything. And when I was growing up, my mom and her friends had this super cool book that they would like draw and write stuff in and put cutouts and pictures and everything. And it was just so cool. And she actually gave me, I know I have it right here. She gave me this book to journal in. She gave this to me for my birthday, my mom. And I think I'm going to use this for my scrapbook. It's just like a blank book, and it looks just like the one that she used for this other book that she had that I want to like base it off of. So yeah, I want to start doing that this year and like have a nice scrapbook to look back on at the end of 2025. Okay, so finally, I have a few mental and physical health goals for this year, which are, probably the most important goals that I have. So I really want and need this year to be the year that I go to therapy. It's something I've known for a really long time that I need to do. And I have so many reasons, like not very good reasons at the end of the day, um, like why I haven't done it. But now that I'm in my own space, it's so time for it to happen. And then this year, I also need to go to the dentist because I need a dental implant. I had a baby tooth my whole life, which never fell out, and it didn't have an adult tooth underneath it to like push it out. So I'm sorry to say this, but it got infected and I had to get it pulled. So yeah, there's nothing underneath, and I need to get an implant. So it's gonna be really expensive, which is why I haven't done it yet. But it's just something that I'm gonna have to figure out. And then also, as you can see, my front tooth is chipped. It's been chipped for like 15 years now. I've gotten it fixed multiple times, and it's fallen off each time. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this sounds weird, but like I honestly like it. I think it's kind of cute. Both of my sisters have a chipped front tooth, so I don't know. Maybe it's just like a meant to be type of thing. Anyway, I do know I need to get it fixed though, probably at the end of the day. But implant first. So therapy, dentist, those are big goals for me that need to be taken care of this year. I feel like this is not like it's like I feel like this is like tilted. Whatever. So my last and like biggest goal this year is to stop biting my nails. I have struggled with this ever since I was really, really young. And I just turned 34. And I really want this to be the point in my life that I stop. And because it's serious, like I just want to take better care of myself in general. And this is a really big part of it. Right now, I have one nail, which is my left thumbnail, which is like a normal length. Everything else is so bitten and picked down. And like honestly, it's painful. I know there must be, I know many other people that struggle with this. And I just know this is something that I can hopefully figure out going to therapy and get some like tools to deal with it or something. But yeah, by this time next year, I definitely want to be done with it. I was able to quit smoking cigarettes 2 years ago after smoking since I was like a teenager. So I'm thinking that if I can do that, that I can do this too. It might take some more work in my mind, but I I know that I can do this. If you happen to catch this video and this is something that you also have struggled with and you're trying to stop or you were able to stop, like please hit me up. Like we need to talk. So all that being said, I think that that's it. That is going to be my pretty simple, pretty short goals list for 2025. So just to summarize, I'm going to finish chapter 32 of my story. I'm going to finish the first draft of my story altogether. I'm going to write 3 short stories and share them online. I'm going to make 10 posts on my author website. I'm going to read 10 books. I'm going to finish the Inheritance Cycle series. I will learn 3 new songs on the ukulele, start a scrapbook, go to therapy, and stop biting my nails. So 11 things on the list altogether. So I think that is pretty good. And for some people, these are just like regular things they do in their day to day lives. And honestly, I really want to be that person. I have a lot of work to do this year on myself to get to a better, more stable place mentally. And now I'm in my own space. And I think focusing on these goals in combination with that is going to be huge. My thing is shaking right now because my cat is sitting in the chair that I have the stand attached to. And there she is. Hi, baby. You're so cute. Yes, you are. So anyway, I'm just trying to like wrap this up. I'm very excited for this next year, and thank you so much for sticking with me and for checking out this video. I really wish everyone the best of luck with, yeah, just not your big goals for the year, but just your daily, everyday life, getting through this world, literally. Let's all keep each other updated, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I love you. Bye. Yes, you're back on because you're so cute. Bye.